Hey coaches, thanks for checking back and watching another video on Get the Pancake. A new season is starting, and so I thought it would be a good time to share with you my thoughts on playing with your team during practice. I am a big fan of leading by example, and for me personally, the chance to play with my teams during practice has a lot of benefits that I see over the course of the season, and so I'm a really big proponent of it. But there are also some things that we need to watch out for and make sure that we're doing this correctly. And that's why I came up with 3 big do's and don'ts for playing with your team during practice. The first do is to challenge them. When you're playing against your players, you definitely want to challenge them. There are even some players that maybe you want to challenge a little bit more. You always want to push each individual player to the edge of their skill zone. So I know when I'm playing with my 15s, I'll go up and I'll smack the ball because that's what they're gonna see in a game. But when I'm practicing with the 11s, maybe I'm gonna work on a well-placed shot that they'll have to move towards instead of going up to kill it. So you can probably guess what the don't is here, and the big don't is to go all out. You personally, maybe in passing, want to defend every ball, throw yourself on the ground. I know I do. I've ruined a pair of leggings or two doing that. You want your players to model your behavior on the court, so you need to show them what you expect from them. If I'm willing to dive without knee pads, you better get your booty on the floor. But this can be taken to extremes, and we don't want to go up and try and get a kill against our 11s, 12s, maybe 7th grade teams. We don't want to do that. You might feel cool for about 0.2 seconds, and then you're gonna be like, oh, actually that was kind of lame because they're 12. My next do is to be vocal. When you're on the court, volleyball players have to communicate every single touch. In between every single touch, there's so much that you can say on a volleyball court, and when you're playing, that's the perfect opportunity to be loud and show your players what exactly they need to be saying and communicating to each other at each point of the play. Yelling at your team to communicate, to talk, maybe they don't know what to say. I think that's going to be another video. A lot of times it's not that they don't want to talk, they just aren't sure what to say. So by you jumping on the court and talking really loud and consistently, your players are going to learn what to say and how to talk to each other. And that's where my next don't comes in, which is don't be negative and don't make excuses. Whatever you want your players to do on the court is what you need to show them. What you don't want them to do on the court, you shouldn't do either. Your players will copy you, so it's very important that you watch what you say. Things like, I'll get it next time if you make a mistake, because we do make mistakes. Or bad passes. We say, oh, that was my bad, I'll get it next time. That is so much better than saying, oh man, I'm getting old, yeah, that's why I couldn't get it. Then you're gonna start hearing excuses from your team, and that's not what you want, right? But since we are coaching, there are times when we have to kind of stop the play and make corrections in the middle of the play, and that's okay, but kind of take off the player hat, put on the coaching hat, and then you can give instruction. If you give instruction while you're seen as a player, then your team might start trying to coach each other. This won't be a huge change that you see right away, but 2 or 3 months into the season, you'll see it, and then there will be no stopping it. So you want to just kind of set the boundaries from the beginning, only the coach is giving instruction. This is how players talk to each other, and then when you have to give instruction, this is me as a coach coaching you, not me as a player telling you that you need to get that ball. Okay, my last do for jumping on the court at practice is to make sure that you do it when it's beneficial. So if you have another coach who's able to enter balls and maybe it's a game situation that you want to demonstrate how you want it done, that's a good time to jump on. If you're doing hitting lines and teaching your team maybe how to run a 1 or how to run a 3, how to run plays, that's a good time to jump in and demonstrate how to do the skill. If you're playing 6-on-3 or something, that's a good time to jump on because you want to really work with those players who need extra work. You can help them by setting them up for success in the drill. Those are good times. A bad time to jump into the court, which is the don't, is when it's taking away time from your players getting touches on the ball. Yes, hitting lines are fun, but we don't need them. I don't need to work on my outside hits. If there are other coaches who want to stay after practice and hit a little bit, yeah, then it's fun. I'll do that. But practice time is not the time for me to get reps. Also, if you have maybe 10 players on your team and you're doing a 5-on-5 drill where someone needs to rotate out if you jump on, you shouldn't do that. You should have it be 5-on-5 and you stand off to the side coaching. Again, this is unless you jumping on is going to be beneficial to the team overall to try and demonstrate something. However, it's probably better if you just give that instruction and then help them through it when it's 5-on-5. Just as a quick side note for you, I've noticed that over the years there are sometimes where it feels like parents who come and watch practice or go to camps or anything, and they see the coaches jumping on and playing, sometimes that does lessen a parent's view of the coach. But I think it's important for you to understand why you're jumping on and making sure that you're making good decisions about when to do so. And I think that will help if parents do have an issue with it for any reason. That will help you explain your decision if you need to, maybe to a club director or to an athletic director. You know, there's a valid reason for you to jump on a lot of the time. Just make sure, that you understand and you're making good decisions about when to jump on the court. I just feel like it wouldn't be right to give you the green light to jump on at practice and then kind of blindside you with maybe some parents not being happy about it. But since you've watched this video, you know when to jump on the court and when not to, so there shouldn't be any issues. Thanks for watching another video. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you know when my next video comes out. I am also on Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search for @GetThePancake and you will find me. If you guys didn't know, I wrote a book a couple years ago about coaching through your first season. It's available on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. It basically takes you from making the decision to coach and what level, where, should it be a club, should it be school, all the way through the season. So planning practices, keeping track of stats, using stats in practice, end of season parties, all that sort of stuff. I walk you through all of that until you get to year 2, because I know as soon as you coach, you are going to absolutely love it, just like I did. And I want you to be set up for success. So that's why I wrote the book, because it's the guidance that I needed when I started coaching and I couldn't find it anywhere. So that's why I wrote it, and I really hope that you enjoy it. You can flip through a few pages if you go and check it out. I spent a lot of time writing it because I am very passionate about it. It's actually a lot longer than I initially planned on it being, but I just had so much that I wanted to share. So I hope you guys go and check it out. Again, the link's in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.